All right. I tried, guys. I tried to get it up on the camera, and uh, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I have the camera, and I was gonna put it up on the camera and stuff. Ahead. It's a very good camera, by the way. But I'll figure it out. Hold on. Let me get the screen up in here. I don't know what the heck is this going on. Every. Oh, right. Yeah, that's much better. Yes. Okay. So I am exhausted. In my assignment, well, not today. I did it yesterday, and worked out. Went to work. No, let's do it in order. I went to work, came home, worked out, uh, cooked. So I'm ready to eat now. So let's go through this here. Um, I'm just gonna touch briefly on what I was talking. If you saw the Instagram live earlier, then you pretty much know what I'm gonna get into. Just let me touch on yesterday because yesterday, for some reason, it kept cutting off. It really kept coming on. Welcome to Strictly Explicit Truth. I know I forget that from time to time. I'd be so anxious. Like you see, my mind is always racing. I'd be so anxious to get the information out to you guys. So, welcome to Strictly Explicit Truth. I am Shifru Drew here. Now that I got out of the way. Yeah, I had like a 90-minute video for you guys, and it was only able to let out 30 minutes, and then I had to go back on there and add an extra 25 minutes. So, but what I touched on yesterday, because I was dealing with the will and the self, and one of the things I said in there, I would say, if there's any fathers out there who have daughters, listen to me very carefully. Okay, it is in your best interest. It is in your best interest to make sure your daughters do not follow the wrong man. And this is what I mean. The first man that they're in love with is you. That means they're watching everything you do. So everything you do and everything you say, in their minds, they think that's what a man is supposed to be. You have to change that, because if you know what you're doing outside of the street is reckless, and they're seeing that, and also what you do in the house, they're going to take that, they're going to absorb it. Because remember, we learn from children. They teach us how we're supposed to be with them. So when they see that, their brains absorbs it like a sponge, and when they see that, they want to act upon the things that they saw. So if you, as a father, the main thing you're supposed to do with your daughters is constantly tell them the truth. Any questions they have, you answer. If you do not know, you say to them, we can find out together, because that's what I do with my daughters. And you teach them everything. You teach them science, you teach them math, you teach them day history, you teach them other history, you teach them world history, you teach them geographics, you teach them everything. You teach them nature, you teach them about farming, you teach them about planting, every single thing. You teach them about the street, because a lot of y'all forget that lesson. You have to teach your daughters about those streets, because when they step out there, you don't want them to walk into a man that is like how you used to be, and then any stupid shit that fly out of their mouth, they're just going for it. We can't do that. We got to be the opposite. If you know you're going down a wrong path and you have a daughter, that is your time to say, well, that path ain't worth it. And I'm not talking about fathers who out there hustling and you got to do for your daughter. I am not talking about that. If you are present and you in your daughter's life, do what you got to do, homie. Do what you have to do. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the examples that we give these girls out here as if they are a piece of meat. Let me explain what I mean by that. You have an attitude, and we speak so rudely to females outside of the home and inside of the home. Our daughters watch and see that. In their minds, they think that it's how communication between men and women is supposed to go. I get yelled at, I shouldn't fuck up. But then what about the emotions and the feelings that we instill in them after that is done. You see, that has to change. And I'm not talking about disciplining your kids. If your kids don't listen, didn't I tell you? That's different. That's different from giving them a lessons that will help them grow up to be the queens that they are. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So if you are a father, you have to make sure you are always telling your daughters the truth, especially about man and how they are, especially when they are always in their animal instinct. You have to tell them that. Don't hide things from your kids, because when you hide things from your kids, you know what happens with that? They go sneak behind your back, and then they're going to find out anyway. Mothers, you have sons out there, stop doing certain things that when they look at you, they think that that's the woman that they're supposed to get. That's the woman that they should be attracted to. That is not. The women and men you're supposed to be attracted to, they have their minds together, meaning they know who they are, they know what they want to do, and they know how they want to be accomplished. They know how they want to see themselves, and they know how they want other people around them to see them. These are the things you should look at when you're talking about men and women. Okay? These are the things you should look at. If you are a mother and you are a single mother, if the father is not around, I understand you have to do both jobs, but you still have to make sure you're telling the children the truth. We all know a woman cannot show a boy how to be a man, but what you can do is you can tell the boy how a woman likes to be treated. The lesson still goes hand in hand. Same thing goes for the single fathers, because there are a lot out there. And some of them had no choice to take care of the children because either the mother was on drugs or they passed away. And if those are the cases, it is very critical that you maintain your higher self, especially if you have these girl children, fathers. You have to. They're not supposed to be scared of us. They're supposed to be scared when there's something wrong that we told them not to fucking do. Yes, but they're not supposed to be in fear from us from telling us the truth, or fear from doing things because they're little and they're still growing. No, it is a learning process. We have to continue to teach them because they're going to continue learning. You don't bring your girl children. If you're a father, you don't bring your girl children around a bunch of the homies you're chilling with. You don't do that. You take your daughter and you and her have an adventure on your own. You see them niggas later. Mother's the same thing too. You don't have your boy child around a bunch of female company. You don't do that. A child is supposed to be a child. And first of all, if your child is with you, then the care should be about the child. I'll see y'all later. They need that attention. They need to know that they are always protected. They are always needed. They are always wanting your approval. They always seek your approval. No one else's approval but yours. That's why they always say, Mommy, look at this. Daddy, look at this. Mommy, look at this. Daddy, look at this. Look what I drew. I drew this for you. I drew that for you. So you have to make sure, if you know you're not setting that proper example, then what you need to do is just ask for help. If you know you can't change, but you want to change, then you need to ask for help. And I'm not saying go to therapy or whatever. If you're already doing that, that's fine. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you get with the father, you get with the mother, you say, look, we have to come and meet in the middle because I cannot do this myself. But what you don't do is you just push your children off here and there. You go over there by so-and-so. Go over there by so-and-so. Then the care is not in there. That means you're more worried about doing what you have to do running the streets. That's what I mean. You're worried about more running the streets instead of you honestly being around these children. They need us. It is us that they need. Ask yourself a question, fathers. The person you was before, would you want your daughter to talk to that nigga? No. Mothers, the same thing. The way you was before. Would you want your son to bring home a woman like that? All right, then. All right, then. So that's what I had touched on in the beginning. It was very critical to talk about that as it pertains to the will, because remember, I was talking about the willpower. If you break the children's will, then we really messed up, because they are the ones who's going to uphold this future. They are the future. From the time you have a child, that's future. Past, we are present. Child is born, that's the future. And it only gets deeper the more you deny it. The more you deny them, the more the pressure builds up in them. The more you deny them, the more aggravated they get. The more you deny them, the more they start finding little things to hate you about. Everyone has been through it. Being a parent is not hard and it's not easy. It is a challenge, but it is a purposeful challenge, because you got to remember, we are all from the cosmos. These children chose us to be their parents. So now we have to show them what we got. Are you doing what is necessary for your child? I'm not talking about buying clothes, feeding their. That's a necessity. You have to do that. It has nothing to do with being paid. You have to do that. But I am talking about the education, the care, the discipline that they need, the honesty that they need, which is constant honesty you have to teach these children. Or else we're done. You think children are rude now to their elders? Man, if you don't start getting them when they're young, you're never going to get respect. You might as well hang that up. You might as well hang it up. And the way that the elders and adults have been acting lately, do you feel like these kids should show them respect? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Do you feel like they should have that respect? And vice versa. All right. Okay. So let's go into. I already said we was going to talk about spiritual realm, paranormal, and things like that. And the only reason why I wanted to bring it up is because I've been seeing a lot of things. A lot of youths, a lot of young people get their scholarship from YouTube for some reason, for everything, especially spirit world. That is very dangerous. And I'm being honest with you. That is very dangerous. You're playing with things you could never understand. First of all, I think the majority of the stuff that you see on YouTube is staged anyway. But let me give you something. If there is a presence in the home, it doesn't have to show itself. It doesn't have to move things or nothing like that. All I could do, just by me being a negative energy, I can cause so much mischief in the house. I can make you and your girl argue. I can make you get mad and drunk and get angry at all of the damn children. I could just start finding a whole bunch of shit to mess up in the house. Okay? And I don't need to show a dark shadow or something like that moving in and out. Just the energy of it is spiritual. It's spiritual energy. You guys are on here. Ooh, look at that shadow. Let me explain something to you about shadows, okay? If a shadow wanted your ass, you done. You're done. If a shadow wanted your ass, you're done. What you don't realize is this is a spiritual world within itself, period. These are not the first time these things have been seen. These are not the first time these things have been felt. But now that people are playing with these Ouija boards and these apps and these things that carry electromagnetic energy, it is easier for them to feed off of. They can feed off of that and your fear. And the fear is the best high for them. How you know that? I know my shit. You have all this confusion in your house. All of this in the house, all this negativity in the house. You have a bunch of bugs start coming in your house. You know what I'm saying? Rodents start coming into your house. You're trying to figure out why and what or whatever. So, and only thing you think is sage, you need more than sage. You need sage, you need frankincense, you need myrrh, you need bleach, you need ammonia. You need to thoroughly cleanse out the whole entire house. The whole entire house. Then after you clean up the house with the bleach and ammonia, then you light your sage. Then after you light your sage, then you light your myrrh. After you light your myrrh, you crack the window. Crack the window, let all that negativity out. You close the window again, you light the frankincense. You say your mantras or whatever you do to make you feel comfortable that will get the energy out. But you continue this pattern for 30 days. Most of y'all are sitting there, sleeping in the house. I don't know if it's real, but you have these, your stuff is moving all over the room and you're filming the shit. Okay, filming it is fine to get evidence, but what are you going to do to clean your house? Then you're bringing Ouija board and all type of shit in your. Do you even know what a Ouija? First of all, a Ouija board is a very powerful board. Only if you are an expert at spiritual things. Which means if you're an expert at spiritual work, if you're a high priest, high priestess, the only time you use a Ouija board is if you need to connect with a gatekeeper. That is it. That is it. Y'all using Ouija boards, opening doors, and you don't even know what you're opening. Of course it's going to manipulate you. Do you think a spirit is stupid? I hear some of y'all on these. Can you tell me your name? Like they saw you when you was coming in. Why would spiritual energy not realize your presence? Do you think what they're saying to you on these things are real? No, they could be manipulating you just like you're trying to manipulate them, saying that you're coming and you're not there to disrupt, but you already disrupted them when you walked into their place. Respect for the spiritual world and respect for the physical world. They go hand in hand. You tamper with things and you start messing with things you don't understand. One day you might wake up and hear horse hooves in your house, and that ain't good. And you really gonna need some help. There are people who are doing these spiritual work to attack each other. Oh, let me do this thing so I can mess up their business and all this type of stuff. Well, why? Well, why? Let me get this dove's blood and do all of this type of. You see, you're bent on wickedness, jealousy, envy, and hate. And you're only bent on that because the will and the self. And when you get like that, you do things off of emotion. And when you do it off of emotion, you messed up already. You messed up already. Guilt is a spirit within itself, because all guilt does is constantly come and tell you things you should be feeling guilty about. You didn't even know guilt was a spirit. You didn't even know because you didn't know yourself. Y'all go to all these abandoned places and this and that. Please don't go me home. Please. Why should I listen to you? Why should I listen to you? You done came in my place and followed me in my place, and I have to follow you in your place. Y'all walk through cemeteries, and the same shoes you wear in the cemeteries, the same shoes you walk in your house with. Don't you know that after you walk through a cemetery, you're not supposed to walk in with those shoes? No, you keep them in the trunk. You keep them shit outside, and you don't even put them on your front door. The dead sleep, and not really, because after the witch's hour, which y'all call midnight hour, once the witch's hour is up, they get up and they roam. That is their time. Why would it be any different for the living? You see, I got the some one wooden dummy I got right there. And I got another one over there. So we be getting busy in here. Why wouldn't it be same for the other? So when you attract these spirits, they attach to you. And the only reason why they attach to you is because there is something in you that they know they can feed off of. You don't have to be scared all of the time. You could just acknowledge it, and that Just that acknowledgement is food for them. You need to take your spiritual baths. Your spiritual baths should be done. If you're not doing them every day, you should do them every weekend. Every weekend, you should take a spiritual bath. You can make your own spiritual baths. You understand what I'm saying? You all you got to do is go to one of those places and get the ingredients yourself. But you got to be careful with these botanicas because they'll try to rope you in, and their main job is to take your money. Trust and believe. I know some of these things is real, and then there is people just there to grab your money. And all of the time they tell you the same thing. Oh, this family member and that family member curse you. So you have to do this and that. Oh, this one and that one trying to do this to you and that. And after you pay them, then they do what they got to do, and then they come back again with, oh, this one doing you something else. No, no. You are intelligent to know when there is a negative energy or a negative presence around you. You can tell if you go to work, if you feel something negative there at work, you know something is going on because it just came out of nowhere. You know what is going on. Your house is never in disarray and chaos or confused. Why all of a sudden when this person come around, whatever attached to this person, it felt like it could linger here. So now I go cleanse myself, my house, and it's a wrap. We are more powerful than we think. That's why humans are favored. You are more powerful than you think if you just tap. If you just tap into your consciousness and realize that you are, you will be. And again, I'm not talking about these men and these women who are actually going and they're doing the healing. I'm not talking about that. In fact, I big y'all up. And I'm not talking about the explorers who are respectful. I'm not talking about those of you who explore and you say we come in peace and follow us, we're just exploring. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. Keep doing what you're doing, okay? Because there's the other side of it where you do have these investigators that they want to know more about the spirit realm. You understand? Because back in Africa, we learned about the spirits. Ancient days, we learned about spirits and all that. I don't know if y'all seen now in Africa how they had the little thing, the little hay dress, and they lifted up, was nothing under there, and it start moving itself and thing like that's a real ancestors, boy. But that was the teaching. That's what we were paying homage to. Instead of a spook god, we were paying homage to the ancestors. And the ancestors that you see was moving around at night, they move around like that to keep the thieves away. So even in death, after they made their transition, they are still protecting the village. That's what it's about. Pause. The hauntings that you see in America, it seems like all the old Western towns and stuff are where pretty much where all white people used to own that land and stuff is like they're haunted. And I'm like, wow, I have not seen a one black ghost yet. It looked like, when we pass, we already go and make our transition because there's so many things we need to see, so many realms we can go to. But it seems like for them, and I've been asking myself this question, and it seems like for them, they're just trapped here. They get to stay here. You haunt here. You did it, you done. You done right here. That's where, I'll do that. I'm just putting the pieces together. If you notice, anywhere they go, anywhere these investigators travel to, it's always haunted in them, either Western towns, them those small towns that nobody live in no more, or old farmland and plantations and stuff like that, and you don't see no black ghosts, I mean, people have speculated, yeah, they see it, but let me tell you, the day, rest in peace, my grandfather made his transition, I was in the van, I was burning a spliff because my my mother was in the hospital, and I was sitting in the van, and I was just, like, I was spiritually saying, I hope everything is all right and stuff. And I started hitting the spliff, and then it's like a black, not a cloud, but like a black mist going this way through the car. No, not in the car, but outside the car. I'm looking out doing, going past just like that, going past just like that. When I got back in the house, my mom's told me my grandfather passed. Y'all don't know why y'all see these dark shadows. Because when I saw it, that was my message when I went back in the house and my grandfather passed. You don't know if it's there because you're getting a message to either stay away or something is about to happen. You don't know. Another part of the thing is some spirits, they do not know they made that transition. They don't know they died. So when they see certain things, they're relearning again. Hence, you have things moving around your damn house. Of course, because they're like, okay, I saw how to do that. Another part is they could be trying to communicate, and because you cannot hear what they're saying, they get frustrated and things go haywire. You don't know, but you get on here and you're saying a whole bunch of stuff that's just leading people the wrong direction. We got to stop doing it. Got to stop doing it. If you don't know about these things, you should educate yourself, because if you just jump into them and you're not protected in the right way, you don't know what kind of energy you bringing home. And then you bringing home and all type of negative shit happening to you. You lose your damn job. Your girl done left. You have nothing. You get robbed. All of this. You don't know. You don't know. People do not realize why they karma comes on them. You don't. You don't. But that's why you have to educate yourself, do the proper research. Or else you're a deer on the highway about to be hit. Don't jump into these things like that. And I know it's exciting and you want to see and you want to learn and you want to grow your channels and things like that. There's nothing wrong with, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But when you're talking about the spirit world, you want to be safe. This is real. You want to be safe. Bad things happen a lot. There's a lot more important things than wanting to be scared. Why would you want to be scared? That makes no sense. How about you want to live? You want positivity around you. Because a lot of times when you go and explore these places, there's a lot of negativity in there because they still have resentment. In their spiritual conscious, they still have resentment. Do you know that you are the one who can help these spiritual entities make their transition? And that is called ancestral worship. Your ancestors live inside of you. When they are ready to help and fight for you, 1, 2, 3, wake them up. Go to your altar. But just jumping into things and saying, oh yeah, I'm going to fix you real good. And if that's what you're going into spiritual work for, is, oh yeah, I'm going to fix them and all this type of, then you're going to mess your own self up. Because I'm going to tell you, once you start to do an evil deed, once you feed that energy, you have to continue feeding it. And the day you forget to feed it is the day you come back on your ass. You do not know what you're messing with. Everybody is a crystal expert. Everybody. No, everybody's not a crystal expert. Everybody just know how to hustle good. If you, here is the thing. Here's the thing. You need to care about what you're doing when you do these types of work. If you're giving people's baths, it shouldn't just only be about the money. Your heart should be in it. You should actually care about the clients coming to you who want you to help them, who want you to clean their home. They want you to really clean their home. They are coming to you because they have that great concern that there is something wrong with them or in their house, and they need you to spiritually cleanse it. So what you should do as a responsible person, you should help them cleanse it. You don't just get them for money, because if you get them for money and things don't work, they will come back and they will tell you. Yo, you joked me on this, man. I can't fuck with that at all. Be very careful of what you're doing. Be very careful of what you're doing. Are you meditating? Are you fasting? Are you eating right before you go on these explorations? No, these are things you have to do before you go on these explorations. Because if you don't do those things, then you are open to be attached. But if you're not, you're clean, you got your baths on, you have your oils on and thing and stuff like that, they come in. Nah, I can't. It don't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. When you stay protected, trust. It can't come to you. It won't come to you. It doesn't need to come to you. That's what it does. That's what these baths do for you. That's what your cleanses do for you. Come on now. Now, there are good people out there who will help you and guide you in the proper way on your spiritual journey. Spiritual journey. I didn't say religious journey, on your spiritual journey. When you're doing these things, you have to be mindful of what you're doing. And you have to show the proper respect. Thought I had a little battery. Battery working good. Oh boy. So, I'll be getting silly sometimes, y'all. I'll be getting silly. Don't even pay me, you know why. Yeah, so with that being said, guys, just be careful when you're doing that. Now I want to go ahead and touch in on something important on you guys' nutrition and health, because it's very, 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 very important. And I said this earlier on the Instagram live. I don't know if you heard, but if you eat an apple, right? And whatever that apple does for you, okay? If I eat the same apple, our DNA is not the same. The apple may not do what it did for me, whatever it did for you. It may not. I could just be eating an apple. Do you understand? This goes on a lot in the fitness world. This shit goes on a lot in the fitness world. It's because they know fitness is $1 billion industry. So what we're going to do is make money. No. Your DNA is not mine. What you eat don't make me shit. You understand? So if you are trying to lose weight, you really have to understand losing weight is 80% of your eating. Again, losing weight is 80% of your eating. Again, losing weight is 80% of your eating. Only 20% is working out. Take it again. Only 20% is working out. You know what that means? That means you should be doing more right eating than working out. Because you can go to the gym 2-3 days out of the week and that's it. All these gym sharks, gym rats, or whatever, every day, you're not gaining nothing going to the gym every day because you got to eat. I was doing a post where I get up in the morning before I had got this job, and I'll show you a fruit I'm eating. Different fruits do different things. The apple was for teeth and digestion because as soon as I ate it, pew! Pear is for your hair and skin. You have plums, peach, grape, papaya, guava. Like, you don't have to do those fruits that I said, but whatever fruits that agree with you and your body, that's what you need to get and tackle, because sometimes you don't have time to make that oatmeal. You don't have time to make a breakfast or anything. But the fruit, the vitamins from the fruit, okay, you can go ahead and you can eat the fruit and you good. And sometimes, depending on what kind of fruit it is, it'll hold you down for at least 3 hours. If that, maybe more. Because I can eat a nice sized apple and I'm good. because my body lets me know when I want to eat. That's another thing too. I listen to my body. It tells me, okay, this is the time you need something to drink. Because I think you feel a slight headache, but it's not really a headache, it's lightheadedness. You're dehydrated. Go ahead, drink some water and I'll go it down. Okay, you're starting to feel something here a little bit. Okay, a little right here in the occiput back here, just a slight. You need to eat something. Okay, you went long enough without eating. Go ahead and eat. That is how you monitor your body. Oh, okay, this right here, I'm gonna show you. This right here on the form, it's a different muscle from here. But this right, if this is hurting, this is acting up, then I know it's my shoulder. So then I have to rotate it, then massage that part just to get the blood circulating. Okay? Know your body. Know your body. I'm serious. If you have a headache, all you do is rub your occiput, and your occiput is that little bump behind your head, right here. These two, this little knot, if you feel behind here, this little knot, right under it. If you press down and rub, when you have a headache, in school it was called a cephalgia. So if you have a cephalgia, you rub back there, gradually it'll go away. It will. Okay? Because we carry a lot of tension up here. All the worrying, once you start feeling that worrying and it comes up here, right here, once you feel it in the diaphragm, that is a sign. Breathe. Because then it could turn into a cramp. And then it makes you anxious. Making yourself anxious for no reason is a problem. Those things can attract disease. Those things can attract sickness in our bodies. Worrying, stress, anger, hate, fear. All of those things are damaging to our insides. I'm serious. That is damaging to our inside. Our mind is inside, right? Your brain is inside of you. The minute you start thinking something, you feel a weight. And when you feel a weight in that body, start reacting different. Okay? When you are cooking, make sure you use the proper seasonings. Y'all are over salting things. In fact, you don't need salt when you're seasoning because the seasonings already, they have their own kind of salt in there already. So you don't need to add salt. Those of you who eat lean meat, that is fine. Listen, whatever you eat, I'm talking about you for your body. It's better than you going outside and eating because there's so many calories out there that they put on the food. Because I don't know if you're going to TGI Fridays and you're getting shrimp scampi or salmon, why I gotta have like 2,000 more calories higher than what you would have cooked it at home, and you probably use the same damn ingredients. So what else are they adding in the restaurant in these foods that you gotta hurry up and try it, and you're not losing anything? Another thing is you guys don't drink water. If you get 6 of these bottles is a gallon. 6 of these bottles is a gallon. So if you drank 3 of these, that's a half a gallon. If you drank 4 and stop, that's fine. All you would have had to do is drink 2 more to get a gallon. But if 3 or 4 is what you can do, that's fine. I suggest a gallon. But like I said, 3 or 4 of these is good. Speaking of which, I be talking to y'all sometimes and I be like, dang, listen, so let me get my swig on. Yeah. Are you listening? I don't. Yeah, so another thing too, if you are trying to lose weight in your midsection, water, walking, your lunges, kicking, particularly round kicks, front kicks, shin kicks. Okay? Leg lifts. And I'm not talking about the leg lifts where your hand is behind your back. I'm talking about the leg lifts where your hand is behind your head, okay? And your feet is together, and you are lifting them 90 degrees, and you are bringing them down to 6 inches. That works the lower part of the stomach. Those bicycle kicks, and I'm not talking about the bicycle kicks that are, I'm talking the bicycle kicks I do. One leg is straight out 6 inches off the floor, one knee is in, and I bring it in. Just like that. Keep your foot off the floor because it works the lower abs. Get a stability ball. Stretch all the way back. Do not forget your walking. Your walking should be daily. You can walk a mile. You can walk a mile and a half. But get your power walk in. Because remember, this part right here, this is where the stomach is. This is the diaphragm. This is the actual stomach. But down here where your abs and stuff is, okay, that's what you want to work out. The lower abs, so your front kicks, it works this out. Russian twist. Keep your foot off the floor when you're doing your Russian twist. Everything isn't about a damn burpee. You know, so all these trainers, it's like that's all they say, burpee, burpee, burpee. That's the only workout you know how to do? A lot of people don't want the bulky look. What if they just want to be lean and toned? You can't give them burpees to be lean and toned. Grab the 5-pound weights or the 8-pound or whatever. Do some aerobic work with it. These here. Punch out with them. Okay? Uppercut with them. Do some flies. Jumping jack with the free weights. Okay? 5 to 8 pound. Do your lunge kicks. Back lunge, front kick. Back lunge, front kick. The lunges work the whole leg, not just half of the leg, the whole leg. Squats just work up here in the butt. Lunges work the butt and the entire leg. Okay? Push up, of course I'm going to say push up. You should always do calisthenics. You should know how to lift your own body weight. If you don't, you should start doing it now. You can get on your knees and do the push-ups on your knees. That's the modified way. Until you are strong enough to lift your entire body up. If you cannot run, you can walk fast. If you can't walk fast and you want to jog, you can lightly jog. People think jogging is like a hard run. No, jog. Just briskly, just a brisk run. Jogging, that's it. You should always have a salad with your dinner. And I'm going to say this again. You should always, if you don't, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. You know, other greens in there and stuff. But you should always have a salad with your meal because it's roughage. So when you go into that bathroom, shit is tight. I'm going to just keep it real for you. That's why. Supposed to have 3 bowel movements a day. If you have more, that's great. That means you like a duck. As soon as you eat, you should. I'm serious, guys. When you're on the speed bag, you know what the speed bag is for? It's for your shoulders. Yes, it's for hand-eye coordination. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I know. It's for speed. Yeah, I know. But it's also shoulder work. The double end bag, it was behind there. The double end bag is for hand-eye coordination. Okay? Long bag, kicking, I punch on it too. Okay? Wrecking ball, good for shin kicks and other workouts too. Because you have to understand, when you're hitting on the bag, you're also building muscle as well. Okay? That resistance. You're building muscle on the legs and the arms as well. Okay? Supermans is good for the spine. Planks are good for the spine. It's not just about doing the workout. These things are aligning your body parts, giving you good posture. The proper stretches. The proper stretches for the arms: rotate your wrist and ankle clockwise, counterclockwise. Rotate the knees, rotate the neck, rotate the shoulders. Stretch your legs. This increases blood flow. When you have the constant increase of blood flow, you don't have to worry about cramps. You don't have to worry about Charlie horse. You don't. You must drink a bottle of water after you work out for that day in the nighttime before you go to sleep. And you should stretch before you go to bed. Stretch before you go to bed. Drink a glass or a bottle of water because you wake up hydrated. You messing with the right one. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you guys right now. Ages 12 and up, even seniors can learn Tai Chi. Pregnant women can do Tai Chi until they're not pregnant anymore. They can go into some real stuff. But it's kickboxing, it is boxing, it is kung fu, it is Tai Chi, it is wushu, it is Wing Chun. I have weapons. Come and learn. Come and learn the right way. I'm telling y'all, yo. I'm telling y'all, your boy nice with it. Your boy nice with it. I ain't gonna bluff you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. But all of these things, eating a salad every night, like I said, with your dinner, you know what you can also do? Do you want to know what you can also do? Huh? Before you go to bed, you know how we like to snack in the nighttime? Let a fruit be a snack. Yeah, let a piece of fruit be a snack. You can get a orange or let me see a good one. Grapes. What? Grapefruit. Thank you for that. Grapefruit. Grapefruit curb your appetite too. Grapefruit. Grapes, dark grapes, they got iron. Red apples, iron. But you don't only have to eat red apples. Do you know how many, like 20,000 apples? I swear, so many different apples. So whatever apples that are available to you, if you have multiple apples that are available to you, your local grocery store, whatever, get some of those, man. Stop. You don't always have to try the same old fruits and vegetables. Switch it up because you don't know what it's going to do for your body. That's the whole point I'm trying to make while I'm going through all this. You don't know what it's going to do for your body. So you should go ahead and invest in that. Everything that is bullshit in that grocery store, you don't got to get all the time. Grandparents, I'm talking to you too. I know the grandbabies come sometimes. You don't always got to buy that shit. We don't. We don't. We can find pleasure in the things of all my Panamanian people out there. You climb up the tree, grab a coconut. They still sell coconut. Get a coconut. You don't want to chop it off and cut it and clean. Yo, that is the best experience, except for Zara, my daughter. One of my daughters, she can't have coconut. But that is the best experience, is taking it and giving them some fresh coconut water from the coconut. Do you know what that does for you? Yeah. We have to listen to our bodies. You know when the bottom of your foot hurt? I'm talking about the bottom of your foot. Bottom of the foot. That's what I'm talking. You know when the bottom of your foot hurting? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You have a cramp coming. Yeah. And then usually the cramp starts like right between the toes and the top of the foot and stuff like that. Yeah. Dehydration. That's also a sign of dehydration. Any cramp or anything is due to hydration and hunger. So you must take heed. When your muscles feel like it has done enough, don't do anything else because it will pull and that shit will hurt. Do not overexert yourself. You cannot overexert yourself. To all my fighters out there who's learning how to fight, I am not talking about people who are going to kickboxing gyms and boxing gyms just to work out. Those are not workouts. And I just want to be clear. If you're going to that for, I need you to understand those are not workouts. That is showing you self-defense and how to protect yourself. I get kind of in my feelings when we're treating it. First of all, any self-defense, whether it's boxing, kickboxing, or whatever, originally, that is not a sport. Originally, it was not a sport. You have to fight if you don't want to die, right? So the whole point about self-defense, karate, kung fu, boxing, kickboxing is a sport is bullshit to me. It's a sport now. Yes, I can respect it and I love it now because you have different walks of life jumping into these different genres. But the essence, the very beginning of these things were not a sport. You ain't want to get knocked out, homie. We gonna throw it up. And you better know how to use these. If you know how to use these, you better go and practice. You better go and practice, or somebody sweep your ass. You feel me? So they are sports now. But to my fighters out there that are training, keep up the good work. Keep doing what you're doing. Continuously use your jump rope. Your jump roping should be every day. Every day you should do your jump rope because cardio wins the game. The man that stands the longest is the man that is going to win. The woman that stands the longest is the woman that is going to win. Understand that. Cardio wins the game. So always be jumping, always be running, always do your cardio workouts. Anything of high cardio and you're a fighter, continue to do. Keep your kicks up. For my kickboxers, I know it's 70% legs, 30% hand. So make sure, to me though, it should be 100% of each. It should be 100 legs, 100 hands. For every 2 up here I'm giving you knee and then a kick. I'm going to use my whole entire body because I don't know what you're coming with and you don't know what I'm coming with. So I have to train literally every aspect of my body, everything. Even my neck. You have to. Don't get so caught up on always hitting somebody in the face. The body, I'm telling you, you hit the right spot, they're going down. You feel me? Keep in mind, if you're doing like real extreme workouts, you need to stay hydrated. Again, if you're doing real extreme, like you're going from the pull-up bar, then from the pull-up bar, you're going to the ropes, and then you're doing all this type of, if you're doing that, you need to stay hydrated, and you don't want to overexert yourself. People with personal trainers, please let your personal trainer train you the right way. Everything doesn't always have to be a burpee. If you are limited in certain areas of your body, allow them to modify. If they do not know how to modify, they are not looking out for your best interests. You don't always need to pay to get yourself right, okay? Because if you're already paying them, they should be doing their job. Don't tell me, oh, you're going to be all right, just do this and do it. No, you stop them and you let them know what is wrong, okay? So, well, I think I pretty much covered everything. I think. Was there anything else again? Let me see. What was I forgetting? Oh. So you know I watched the news again this morning. I'm watching it every morning. I don't care what none of y'all, I'm watching it. I like I love criticizing the news. I love it. And you know it's going to be the same thing. They're going to keep repeating this fear shit to you. Now, was it CNN that said, what the fuck they said, you don't get vaccinated, you shouldn't be able to shop or get groceries? I dare you to stop me from getting food for my family. You mean to tell me, people, now this shit is on you, people. You mean to tell me that they said that and y'all still rolling with that shit? They're threatening you. You don't know what a threat. Y'all the dumbest motherfuckers I ever seen in my life. I swear, you got to be the dumbest in my. You mean to tell me you don't know when you're being threatened? They've been threatening your ass from day one when this shit started. They've been threatening you. You need to do this or you can't enjoy yourself. That's a threat. So it's okay when they threaten you, but somebody like me threaten you, you ready to throw your hands. You got strength for me, but you ain't got strength for them, huh? You need to look at yourself. You really need to look at yourself and tell yourself, this is the person I became. I said it yesterday and day before yesterday, day before. They stopped you from going to worship your God because they're your God. For real? We're that dumb? I gotta bribe you $1 million or a lotto for you to do something that I want you to do that I ain't doing. You got to be the dumbest people in the world. And I'm not saying it lightly. I'm saying it out there. You the dumbest people in the world, yo. Like you bugging. You bugging. All you see are like, for the most part, people are outside. And like I said, they're doing their own thing. But that's what I was telling you. That's why I watch the news. I listen to what they say. And then I am outside because I have to go to the DC so I could do these deliveries. And when I am out there, the shit that, Matt, no ambulance. When I was on Instagram Live, it was a fire truck. It was a fire. And the fire truck was by itself. There was no other fire truck, no EMTs, which was weird. No EMT, no ambulance. And I said the same thing twice. I said no EMT, no ambulance. It was no EMT, and it was not another fire truck behind it. It was one fire truck. You want to tell people don't send false information and stuff like that. Well, all y'all been doing is giving out false information. So with the false information, y'all shit should be shut down. People, you cannot allow me to believe that someone that does not respect or love you, you're going to tell me you sticking up for them by doing what they told you to do and going taking that shit. I'm going to always get back to that, and I'm going to always say that. I am always going to get on y'all about that, because that right there is disgusting. Someone told you you are the worst of the worst and you have to do this, and you sat there and said, okay, George. Okay, George. Which way you want me to go, George? Go over there, George. Okay, we'll get it, George. Yeah, I got it, George. See my sticker, George? Yeah, I did it, George. I like it, George. Everybody should get it, George. I think little kids should get it, George. Yeah, my mama got it. If they don't get it, they don't come to my house for Thanksgiving. No, George, no. Did the man tell you if your family members don't get it, they can't come to Thanksgiving or Christmas? I ain't hear him say that. I hear other people saying it, though. He's not the one coming out saying, oh, you shouldn't. Mr. AF is not the one coming out saying if you don't get vaccinated, you can't do grocery shopping. It's other people. That's the point. It's the Democrats that's doing that. Which, again, they were skeptical about the whole thing in the beginning. 2 days later, I don't even think it was 2 days. I think maybe it was 1 day, and then out of the blue, well, it's really, come on, George, we got to get it, George. Every day. Now what they do is they're interviewing people. Dumbass on the news. What that nigga name is? Kevin McCartney on the news, Fox News, if you live in DC. When he's interviewing celebrities, not only him, let me not say that, not only him, all of them, when they're talking to somebody in the interview, you know what they bring up? Yeah, because we know it's been hard since the pandemic. So how have you been juggling with it? The same fucking way you've been juggling with everything, dumbass. The news always make it seem like they ain't the ones going through the shit with you. You had to do the same shit I did. None of y'all is getting paid extra for repeating fear to us. You're not getting paid extra for that shit. They are not getting paid extra for that shit, because all of y'all realized Y'all finally realized when they shut everything down that all of us was in the same goddamn boat. How your damn privilege feel now? How your damn privilege feel now? How does it feel to be privileged? Knowing I stopped your damn privilege. I stopped you from having privileges. Shit. How that privilege feel now? Don't feel so good, do it. You know why? Because white people never had privilege. Let me break that down for you. You know how I define white privilege? And you guys shouldn't be mad. You know how I define white privilege? This is how I define it. White privilege is simply saying this. You cannot keep up with any of the natural things of this world. You cannot, because you are not a part of it. So what I am going to do, I am going to allow you to pass through all of these areas without having to do anything. Because what they can do, you can't. The reason why they don't have privilege is because the stuff that you don't have, they already have instilled in them from jump. So you have the privilege. I'm giving you the privilege to pass ahead and go on to that school. I'm giving you the privilege to go ahead and get this house. I'm giving you the privilege to get first dibs on this. Because if I don't give you the privilege to have first dibs on it, you ain't gonna know how to do it yourself. Because again, you ain't like them. There go your white privilege. Privilege means simply that. You have the privilege of doing things because I said so. And the reason why I said so is because you can't do it on your own. So I gave you the privilege to go on and do it. You see? Every day that news tells you you don't got a mind. I'm going to repeat it again. You don't have a mind of your own. You ain't shit. And you ain't going to do nothing until we say so. But then when you go outside, it is the opposite. This is very scary now because you're getting threatened on the news. And then when you're outside, you're not getting threatened. You really think you're going to fool people again with this shit? People, you was fooled once. Shame on them. Don't be fooled twice because it's shame on you. Don't be fooled twice. You're going to keep hearing this. Like, I'm going to keep slapping you in your face. And every time you ask me, why did you hit me? I'm saying to you, I didn't hit you. And you're like, oh, okay. And I slapped you again. So why did you slap me? Dude, I'm not hitting you. Oh, okay. And I slapped you again. That's how y'all are. You keep getting slapped, keep getting spat on. You get pissed and shit on all the time, and you accept it. But you need to be honest and tell yourself you accept it from them. Because if one of us did it, you wasn't accepting it from us. Like I said, you have strength for we. But we don't have strength for them. But then you realize during this shutdown, everybody was in the same boat. Nobody had any privileges. Nobody was better than anyone. And that made y'all mad because you wanted to be better than everything else. No. I told y'all, your white privilege, your foreign privilege, whatever privilege you think you have, it never existed. You know why? Because you don't sit at the seat. You don't have a seat at the table. You are not sitting at the table with them. There's only 13 seats. And you've never been there. In fact, some of the people you see day to day on that damn television don't got a damn fucking seat at the table. That's why they come back apologizing. Even Mr. AF don't got a seat at the goddamn table. We got to do what they fucking tell him. Your privilege don't mean shit, and it never did. You've been fooled the whole entire time, and it's so funny that now maybe you'll start to realize it. You don't got a seat at that table. You are nothing. That's exactly how they see it. You are nothing. And none of y'all don't even have a ounce or an inch of power to even see anybody who sits at those tables. How your privilege feel now? You think when they come for one, they ain't coming for all? You think you're special? You're not special. They showed us that. None of us are special. Useless eaters, feeble-minded, life suckers. We life suckers and they soul snatchers. Guys, it has been real. And before I go, I just want to please wake up. Wake up. I ain't talking woke and all. No, wake the fuck up. You got the alarm on snooze. And instead of keep hitting the snooze button, you need to turn that shit the fuck off and wake up. Because y'all are snoring right now. You're snoring. And it seems like the more they tell you stuff on that TV, knowing that you're outside and have a different experience, you continue to hit the snooze button. Get up! All right, get up. So, all right. That being said, look, tomorrow is Friday. I'm gonna keep it real. Tomorrow's Friday. I want to have a little fun. So let's start the little joke. Start the joke hour. The joke hours. We'll come back to strictly explicit truth and that. The joke hour. The joke hour. All right, y'all. So y'all have a good night and peace. Love and light.